Let's begin by assessing the tension in your own neck. Maybe you take a little bit of movement side to side, or even just circling the head and the neck around a bit to notice where you might feel where there's tension, maybe in the lower neck. Maybe you feel it through the front of the neck or the back of the neck. I like to start with just sort of noticing where you are to begin with, to then notice if any of these exercises or explorations made a difference. So check that out for yourself, and then notice how the head can bobble a little bit on those the top vertebra, top two vertebra. And those top two vertebra are responsible for this yes and this no, just very slight movement. And sometimes those vertebrae can get really stuck, which can create a lot more tension in the neck. Let's begin by imagining that you've got a little pencil maybe on your nose. Maybe it's a marker, whatever you prefer. And what would happen if you simply drew a few little circles or squiggles as if you have a very long pencil and you're doodling on the wall in front of you or on a big piece of paper. So these are super tiny, easy, subtle circles so that we're really thinking about that space in between the ears where the spine begins. Noticing how that feels of just those really small movements and circles here. And if that is feeling good, you can continue to do that for a little while longer. Another option is to imagine that you've got paintbrushes coming out from your ears. And let's do one at a time. So playing with one side, imagining or thinking about painting on that side wall with your ear. And maybe you write your name in cursive. Maybe you just doodle, make circles or figure eights even. Sometimes I like to try to relax my jaw as well to get a little bit more openness through that ear, through that side of the face. And then simply notice the difference between your two sides. And then let's repeat it on the other side. Same thing, little circles, figure eights, little doodles. The smaller really the better. Noticing if that tongue and teeth in your mouth can feel easy. Drawing little circles on that opposite wall. Good, and so now we've got a little bit more, hopefully, of a bobblehead right on top. Lastly, we're gonna reach as if we had a big column of light beaming from the crown of the head, going up into the cosmos, and taking that beam of light and making circles way up above your head. So again, we're just working these kind of movements of the top two vertebrae by thinking about this big column of light beaming above our heads. And if any of these movements don't feel comfortable, then simply imagine them or stay away from those different techniques and maybe try others that do feel good to you. And then integrating all of those, just take a little reach of your fingertips right behind your ear. There's a gland back here called the carotid gland, and it's kind of works with the carotid artery, measuring and regulating how much blood flow comes into the heart. And so finding that gland, noticing if you can simply feel your ears expanding from that space right behind your ears, and feeling that spaciousness in and around your head and your face, above your head. Again, your jaw is relaxed and soft. You could hang out with that awareness for a little while. And then let's recheck how your head might feel doing those bigger movements. And if any more tension in your neck has been relieved because we've opened up some of that upper neck, upper vertebra tension that likes to hold up there. I hope that helped. Enjoy.